Hey fellas, today's video was a learning experience on the cowl panel. I debated whether I was going to put this video up, but then again it's not my style. Regardless of how anything came out, ever since I started this I always put it on. Again, like I said, it was an experiment. I wanted to see you do the base coat, stripes on top. I wanted to see if I picked the right materials as far as masking tape and everything is concerned, and it came to where I made a few mistakes along the way as far as materials are concerned, masking technique, and a few other things. I wanted to get this done now on a smaller panel before I started on something bigger, and that's why I did it. So enjoy the video. Hope you learned from my mistakes, and you guys have a good day. Later. Morning fellas, it's Thursday 14th, is it? I don't know. And I was up at 7 and ran to get some clothesline at Home Depot, and there's the temp. Because what I was going to do was from the shelf top over there, string a line all the way over to here, and we're going to hang that from the clothesline, just out of this coat hanger here. Make a hook and hang it. That way I can move the hook around when I'm painting and get everything, and paint the cowl. But I need to get the Camaro out of the garage. I stayed up late watching the weather, and they said this wasn't supposed to move in until the afternoon, so that's why I got up early, so I could come out here and knock this out early this morning. Hasn't rained yet, but it sure looks like it. So I got a funny feeling I ain't going to get nothing accomplished today, but maybe sitting on my butt. So if that's the case, I won't even upload this video, but I'm doing it just in case I get some paint squirted on the cowl panel today. So when I get more, I'll turn this back on later. Hey fellas, I got a small window, probably of about 4, maybe 5 hours before the winds really start kicking up to about 35 miles an hour gust. So I'm going to try to take advantage of it and see if I can do this. This has been already wiped down with wax and grease remover. So we will hit it with a tack rag, mix up some paint, close up the garage, and get going. When I have more, I'll turn this back on later. Okay, there's 2, maybe 3 coats really good on here. And we're going to let it set up. I'm thinking for about 2 hours. I got to check the tech data sheet again. And then we'll mask it off for some stripes. So, and the cowl panel's fairly simple. All in here is white, and then you have a 1/4-inch loop going around here. It's blue, and then you got a 1/4-inch loop on the outside of that that's white. So we're just letting it dry. Ain't messing with it, ain't doing nothing. The wind's starting to pick up. So gun's clean, we're ready for the white. So we'll wait on that and wait for this to do. It's 10:30 now, so I'm going till 12:30, maybe 1 o'clock. Make sure. Talk to you guys later. Hey fellas, it's been 2+ hours, and we're starting to mask it up. So This has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do on this. Hopefully it comes out. This 3M fine line tape is something else. But we'll see how it comes out. So when I get more, I'll turn it back on later. Hey fellas, she shot. Got the ground coat and the medium coat of pearl on it. The only thing I don't like is, see where the tape's lifting along here? See where it's lifting right there, and then right there. Over here it's right in here, right there. See it right there, and right there. And I push that down hard, and this is 3M fine line tape. And I mean, I used edge of a stir stick, the rounded edge right here, and I put it down and got all the air bubbles out of it. So I don't know. Again, like I said earlier, the reason why I did this panel is to, because I could always take it to a buddy and medium blast it. Take the tape off. I'm going to be undecided whether I'm going to clear it or not. I might just clear it just to see what it looks like, in case I want to make a color change as far as the pearl is concerned. It's a good test panel, but we'll see. Let's see. Somebody had asked me how I set my garage up. Okay, box fan there. See the partition going across with plastic on the outside? Box fan there. These box fans are bringing air into the garage. Back here by my water heater, which is turned down, there's a box fan back in there that's pulling air out. These are on number 1, the box fan's in the door, and the box fan here is on number 2. You can see where it's pulling all the crap. So at least it's doing what it's supposed to do. And then the lights up in the garage end up with the garage door being open, be roughly at a 45 degree, which brings more light into the garage. So that's where we're at right now. Not real happy with 3M fine line tape. I mean, that stuff was down when I did it too. So I have K-Custom fine line tape. I don't know if that's any better, but I mean, it's $16.95 a pop. I think this stuff would be a lot better. So we're going to let this set up for a little bit, and we'll demask it, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to clear it or not. Again, like I said, is even though if we got a little overspray or smuts on it, right in here where it's lifting and over there where it's lifting, I might just clear it anyway just to see what it looks like, so I can make sure that I've got the right pearl that I want. So when I get more, I'll turn this back on. Later, guys. Hey fellas. Now I use 3M fine line, and you can see the bleed through. I only cleared from here this way because, again, like I said, it was an experiment, and you can see all the bleed through. And again, this is my masking technique. It wasn't the fine line tape. This is the fine line tape. There's fine line tape. Here's the fine line tape. All this is the fine line tape. But this and this is my masking. I didn't get the masking down. This is the fine line tape. This is the fine line tape, and this down here is the fine line tape. But I think the pearl and the blue go great together. There is a little peel in it, not much, but I learned from this one. I think I'm going to go back to what the paint guy suggested, where I put the white down for the stripes, clear it, let it set up, and then come out and sit there and do it, and then mask off the stripes and do it. I thought about this a long time, and I figured this was the most ideal panel that I could sit there and do and not have to worry about it. If I really get it, I can take it to my buddy, he'll media blast it with some plastic, and I'll start back over from scratch. I got a little primer left, I got some base, and I got some clear, and I got some more pearl left. So it's not the end of the world. A lot of people will sit there and say, boy, that was a waste of time and material. Well, if you haven't done this before and you're still learning this, and this is the perfect way to do it, is to learn, is to do it. And that's what I did. So this is what it came out. This is what it looked. We'll go back to jamming the car. We'll let this cure up and everything else, and we'll go from there. But I learned from my mistakes. I hope everybody else out there in the garage land can learn from my mistakes too. Again, I got to find somebody who can suggest better tape than the 3M fine line. I had a sneaking suspicion. Now this line came out pretty good, but I had a sneaking suspicion when I was laying it out that fine line tape wasn't all what it was. $16.95 for 60 feet. Cracked up to be. But man, get back at 5 feet, it looks great. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.